Tire and Auto Care, the Polston Results Team with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, Cox Business, Crest Insurance Group, Recon Auto Detail, First Chiropractic, PGA Tour Superstores, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
In the pregame show, Dr. Robbins, the president of the University of Arizona, came on the show with us and said, we need to punch USC in the face and let them know they're in a fight. Well, USC is going to walk away with the victory tonight, 45-37. But one of the things that I remember when I first got to Tucson, and people are explaining to me what Arizona football is all about, there's always that word, the tough out. You're going to play the Arizona Wildcats. You might beat us, but you're going to walk out of here bloodied and bruised and banged up, and you know that you were in a fist fight because the Wildcats are going to keep coming at you again and again and again and again. This turns out to be a team that takes on the number 10 team of the country. USC outlasts the Wildcats today, but I think everybody who walked in wearing Cardinal and gold, Kelvin Efon, walked out knowing that they'd been in a fist fight.
Man, yeah, man. The guys came out, man, and when I tell you they battled and they fought through no matter, what the situation was. And, again, they fought like Wildcats, and that's what you want. I was proud of those guys standing on the sideline, watching them battle on both sides of the ball, just making plays, man. I mean, Delora running around, buying time, using his leg to get some yards, but throwing the ball out there to Singer and Coward and Wiley. You can just go on and on, T-Mac, but a little T-Mac and big T-Mac,
Yeah.
And just watching them make plays, man. I mean, that's what football is about. I mean, Wiley, let's not take no love from Wiley and DJ Williams as well. But the guys was out there battling. Defense was going against one of the best offensive weapons, man. That Caleb Williams is a serious talent. I mean, when you can go out there and throw the ball around like that, almost 70%, and not throw any interceptions and use your legs. I just thought that he just played brilliant, and his supporting cast is just nice. So to see our guys play like that against a top-ranked team like that, back-to-back after going against Washington, I can see where it's going.
Yeah, I'm proud that we got the fight in us. We got the fight back. The fight's there. We're not going to be. It's the guy that you try to beat down, then he keeps on coming back at you. He might be bloodied up a little bit, but he keeps on coming back. That's the kind of way. That's what we're doing. And one of these times we're gonna come through and we're gonna beat your butt, and we're gonna come through and we're gonna get that victory. We're getting there. I was proud of watching. I was watching, on the sideline, seeing you could look at. I'm looking at the attitudes of the guys. They never got down. They never.
Let me cut you off 1 second.
Yeah.
What about watching the sideline?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You talking about the walk-ons? I mean, they was all slapping the hands in the crowd and pumped up. You need that.
And they were up on the line watching the game. Not sitting in the back looking in the stands. That's what I like.
That's one of the things you said in the pregame show. In fact, they were up on the line so much, Arizona had a sideline warning in the first half saying, keep those guys back.
That's right.
Get back, coaches. Tyler Owens, get those guys back.
And, Rich, what I always say, I'd rather have you have to calm the guys down than have to pump them up.
That's
have to beg them to want to be up and into the game.
That's right.
But you know what? You have to learn from this, too, though. The way that you compete against USC, the way that all those guys were engaged USC, it has to be the same with Colorado. It has to be the same with Utah. No matter who comes, you have to give. That's when you know you really, it's
got
crossing
to that next level. Right.
Yeah. We're adding ingredients to a successful program. We're adding ingredients every time. We're making our pot of success, and we're adding ingredients every single time. This game, they fought back. They were down like 14, 16. I think
people
at one time.
Up. People got up and left.
Yeah, and they came back. They came back. They kept on fighting. And I'm telling you, USC being on the sideline watching this guy, USC knew they were in a battle.
Yeah.
They knew they were in a battle, and they weren't thinking that this is going to be just a run over.
Oh, look, we can come down to Tucson, enjoy some time at the pool.
Yep.
When Caleb Williams jumped up and threw his hands up like that for that first down, that meant something.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was like he was playing Notre Dame or Washington or somebody for the Pac-12. That was Arizona.
Yeah.
You was that happy to beat Arizona. I mean, a win is a win, trust me. But usually, Arizona.
If you're USC, you've got your eyes on getting to the college football playoff.
Man,
and you walked in tonight, and you're probably scared at halftime.
That ain't no college football playoff team. That is not.
They got some.
I'll tell you that.
Well, I want to say this: they got some work to do for sure on both sides of the ball.
Yes,
but I don't want to say that, Glenn, because I don't want to take away from what Arizona did.
Yeah,
they played up to that level.
I hear you.
They played up. We always say we want to bring a big bad dog in, and I want to fight you and see where I'm at.
Yeah,
I like where we at. I like where I'd rather win. I'd rather win.
I think we played a top 10 team.
Yeah,
and we were in the game
toe to toe.
Toe to toe.
In the end, a little bit bigger, a little bit faster, a little bit stronger. There's some play calling that we're going to talk about on
penalties.
Yeah,
I talked about that. We
talked about that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get to that because that turns out to be one of the big plays of the ball game late. The personal foul keeps the drive alive for the USC Trojan. It turns out to be a real backbreaker. In fact, if you can pull that up for me. Here's the one, and I was standing right in the sideline. I was actually leaving the stadium on my way over here to start the pregame to get ready for the postgame show, and I kind of stood there, I was standing there with a couple alumni, and they were just going crazy. How do you call that play? How do you call that play? And it turns out to be one of the big plays in the game. It's a personal foul that goes in favor of USC that keeps their drive alive. It gives them an opportunity to go out there and really step on the Arizona Wildcats.
Dead ball, personal foul.
After the play, personal foul, number 48, defense. That penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal line. It's an automatic first down.
Unbelievable and unexcusable, too. Just killed your team right there.
And that was on Jerry Roberts, and he and Caleb Williams have been jawing at each other, and it was after Williams, he kind of backed out of bounds when he threw the incomplete pass.
On the replay, it was kind of a chest bump is what it was, and he threw a flag on him. They were in each other's face, and he chest bumped him, and he threw a flag.
That turns out to be a big play in the ball game, guys.
Yeah, and you know what? I was so pissed at that play. I was yelling at the refs. Remember, we're playing football now. We ain't playing hopscotch. I don't think it was that bad of a play.
And to me, this is why I don't like that. Early in the game, you handle that stuff. Right. They have been joining all day.
Yeah. So
both
you do
sides.
that early. You do that early
in the game. You do that as a ref. As a man, you have let that go on the whole time.
Yeah,
you got to let it play out now.
It's called game management.
If you're gonna do it, you start at the beginning of the game. I just think at that point of the game in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter, on fourth down.
Is that was that enough to make that call on fourth down? I question that. I don't like to get into.
No.
I don't like getting into the refs. Whatever. This is their thing, and they control everything. Trust me, but. I just thought that I saw a lot of things going on. I saw a lot of holding too.
A lot of holding.
I want to know what's the definition of holding now, man. I've seen a lot of holding.
And again, you know what? And I'll throw it back on both sides. We'll open up the phone lines for everybody. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. That play turns out to be huge. Now, on the other side, at the end of the first half, the ball was supposed to be spotted and the clock starts running. As the referee puts the ball down, spots it, and starts it, the ball gets put down. USC can't get off a play to spike the ball with 5 seconds. So the USC people aren't happy with the referee, saying, wait a minute, they started the clock a little early. That's a little bit of home cooking. And I was surprised because I was watching on the TV monitors. Lincoln Riley made contact with the referee, bumped him with his shoulder, and then grabbed another one by the arm. I can't believe they didn't do anything over there as well. So as the game starts getting a little chippy, you nip that in the bud early. But to call that on fourth down, I get it. Listen, you have to play under control. You can't let your emotions get the best of you. Otherwise, you put yourself out there where somebody else gets to make a decision whether it's fair or not.
Yeah, look. Sometimes it can look like a makeup call, but there's no such thing.
That's right.
That's
what they say. And you know the thing is about
it's a makeup call, right?
The thing about what they were trying to do, I think Lincoln Riley was at that time. Lincoln Riley was trying to put the dagger into us, man. He was trying to just let's put them out of their misery right now. That's what he thought he was going to do.
Yeah.
And the things changed, man. Our guys fought back. They came back. They were confident. They didn't bow their heads, man. I thought it was going to be like, if they would have scored again, it would have been like, oh man.
Cover, they threw they threw a touchdown. They threw a knockout punch at that point.
Yes, they did.
They threw a knockout punch a couple times. And
then
Arizona,
they onside.
And then Arizona dusted themselves off, came back and said, I could do this all day.
Yeah, I could do this all day, man. And I tell you something, man, that kid's Singer.
Yeah.
Ooh, man! Yeah. I thought at first a couple of them catches that him and T-Mac was making.
They're going Spidey, right?
You looking at these guys, you like, wow, that was
a steady
you're not gonna be able to
now.
keep doing that.
That's
man,
a steady
this
diet
is who they
now.
are.
Yep.
You expect that now.
Yep.
Right. You expect that. I can guarantee you Singer is finna start getting held even more. He got held a few times today and it didn't go, but he's gonna get held a lot more because this kid, man, is amazing. The way he can just, fix his body to adjust to be able to catch the ball in one arm.
Yeah,
wow.
He really is. He really has a great balance on him when he leaves the ground. He understands where he's going to be able to catch and then and turn his body, turn his body and everything. Those were just unbelievable catches today.
Defensively, what did you see tonight? Because the one thing that stuck out to me more than anything else, I saw new names being called. I saw a lot more players,
younger
players getting 55, in there, and making plays.
Yeah, there was a lot of guys that were making plays tonight. There was, I don't know if we're probably past the 4 games. Or they had the last 4 games. We have now it's 8, so they have 4 games left.
Right.
So those guys are probably going to get 4 games and still get a red shirt.
Right. And you know what? Coming off the bye, Nansen and the entire staff, so we got to evaluate. And if we have guys that aren't getting the job done, then we're going to go younger. And a lot of times you don't want to put a young buck out there in that position, but you have to right now, and you see that's what they're trying to do because they just need more bodies. I told somebody this when we were walking the stadium. We were talking about Arizona and the recruiting. Last year, Arizona hit a home run with the recruiting effort on the offensive side of the ball, but you had an absolutely empty cupboard that you needed, plates and dishes and saucers and soup spoons and everything else under the sun. Offensive, they filled it up. Defense, I think that's still got to be one of the things that Jed Fish has to put a huge emphasis on is getting more bodies on the defensive side of the ball, Kelvin.
Yeah, he does. But you know what, Rich, it's tough to play defense in these days as well. I mean, USC gave up 37 to Arizona, and they got 5 stars galore, right? So it's tough to play defense especially the way the rules are going. But I want to, tip my hat to Roland Wallace, man. He was a tough guy all day. Kristen Young as well. I mean, man, both of their names right at the top right. I'm looking at it, 6 and 8 solo tackles. I mean, USC was going at our guys, and they really tried to go at our DBs, and I thought those guys played physical. They broke up passes. They made tackles on the perimeter. You got to give them a little credit there.
And they kept going at him, too.
Yeah, they kept playing, too.
They kept going at him, and they had short memories, just like Antoine Cason said today. He said, you got to be able to mentally understand what happened on that play and then move on to the next. And that's exactly what they were doing.
All right, we're going to get to telephone calls here in just a second. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290, the number for you to join us. Let's check real quick to see if anybody's going to cash a ticket with tonight's best bets.
How did the 1290 crew do today with their best bets? Let's find out how they did in today's pregame show. Today's best bets are brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
All right, guys, I wasn't being a homer. I really thought Arizona was going to stay a little bit closer because Arizona's going to be able to put up points against anybody, USC included. So tonight's ball game, 45-37, it was a 14-point spread, 14.5 at one point. We all took the Arizona Wildcats. We all cashed tickets tonight. I'll be out at Desert Diamond on Monday cashing my ticket. So good job by the Arizona Wildcats staying right there. 14-point dogs took Arizona. You get to cash a ticket tonight. All right, we got more coming up here on the post-game show, the Meridian Wealth Management post-game show. Cats take on the USC Trojans. 45-37, it goes to the men of Troy. We'll take your calls coming up next. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Bear down. This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Krisa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Krisa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
4th down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellis, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's
We're tied.
Huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front.
Home of the Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
We continue with you here on Wildcats Radio 1290, 520-848-1290. That's a call-in number, folks. That's the number for you to call us. Give us your thoughts on the game, 520-848-1290. One more time, 520-848-1290. I'm sure we'll hear from Paul and the rest of our great callers afterwards. We want to hear your reaction to this game. Listen, I don't think either one of you two are in a moral victories. Are you? No moral victories. Not for me. But I am for watching this team fight, and we saw that tonight. And again, I was just standing around I saw some of the USC coaches coming in. Look of frustration when they're coming in and off the elevator. You guys were down on the sideline. Lots of frustration on the Trojan sideline, especially in that first half.
Oh yeah, they probably thought it would be like 28 to something, by halftime.
They walked in thinking, Arizona, come on, what are they going to do?
We're going to run the ball.
Yeah, Gronk's here. Okay, fine. We saw Gronk. Now let's go out there and get all excited, and then we'll get in the plane and go home.
Well, one thing I do every game, okay. And maybe people think that I'm like superstitious or anything, but I watch the team come out, the opponent come out every time I'm over there. I'm sitting over there, and I'm the only guy with the Arizona stuff on there sitting there. And they're kind of some of the guys. Sometimes the strength coaches come out, because before they come out, they look at me and they're like, "What is that dude doing over there? Like,
what are you doing on our side?
Yeah, what are you doing on our side?" So I watched them come out, and when they came out, I was like, Kelvin, you were there too.
Yeah,
I told you, and I said I didn't thought they weren't they weren't the USC that I thought they were going to be.
Right.
Because everybody was talking about how they were this and that, and it's a different kind of thing I saw there. And then we saw number 18. He came out, and I thought he was malnutrition. so man. He was lead. I mean,
very tall.
Big, tall,
right.
Lead, and he wasn't playing that game. I guess they didn't announce that, and I don't understand why we had that opportunity. We didn't really go over the middle that much
because that was part of the game plan. Stay out of the middle because they got that tall Gentry kid that's going to knock everything down.
We didn't even hit that, even if it wasn't playing.
Yeah, you know what's tough, though? You understand game planning, and you can fix it and go and find something that you want to hit there. You look for the tight end there, maybe Cowan over there because we used to seeing those guys. But you probably, you could tell he already had a different game plan.
Yes,
you could see the way that they were throwing the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. That's the number I'm inviting you to call in and talk about this ball game. Again, USC coming in. It's probably the last time we're going to see the USC Trojans play here in Tucson for a long, long, long time. You want me to start taking telephone calls, JW? By the way, thanks to JW. Man's been here all day long.
JW's a rock.
Guy. Yeah.
No problem,
He's a
man.
rock.
That's what I do.
You're my man. You're the rock, dude.
Oh, wait a minute. We were supposed to ask these guys something today.
What's that?
Well, we were supposed to ask. Glenn something.
I wanted to know if they had seen any of Ben Matherin's first 5 games in the NBA and how he's just crushing everybody.
I watched. You haven't seen him, man. He's killing it.
Kelvin?
I mean, J-Dub, no, me and him be on, going back and forth on Twitter. He sent me nice highlights and everything. Yeah. No, we've seen this kid, and we've seen the talent around here before, and we didn't think it would be nothing like this, but I thought with the NBA rules, no zone defense, the man-to-man, I mean, they play zone, but it's not a real zone.
Right.
And just the up and down and just having other good players, I thought he could do some special stuff, just not this level.
What I told Rich this week is Steph broke it, right? Steph broke the NBA, so now there's so much space a guy like Mathurin can just get. I mean, he's averaging like 7 or 8 free throws a game off the bench, 32 tonight against Ben Simmons and the Nets.
But when he turns the corner.
Every time I have a chance to see Indiana play, I'm watching
I'm watching them,
yeah.
right? They were playing last night. I was over at Froggenfurken, watched the World Series on one TV, and they had the Ben Mathurin game over on the other. And Kelvin, watching him turn the corner, boom.
Yeah, no, he reminded me of a teammate I played with, Michael Dickerson, man. Michael Dickerson was the same way, man. He'd get around that corner, go up on you and dunk, and he could just have that stroke from wherever, just knock shots down. That's what I see when I see Ben, and I said that from day one.
He reminds me a little bit of MJ, man.
Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
What about Dwayne Wade? Michael Jordan's going too far.
Let's
not go
man.
to Michael Jordan.
I don't know.
Let's not do that. We can't do that. It's 5 games.
I like the way I like his style. I like his style.
Competitive,
man.
Like Mike.
And you know what? I got a bet. I got a good bet with this Wisconsin. Don Carrick, my boy. I hope you're listening. He says that his guy from Wisconsin is going to be like maybe the rookie of the year. I said no way. I said let's bet some lettuce on that. I think it's going to be Big Ben. I'm going to have me some Wisconsin lettuce.
Doug and everybody, I'm going to get to your calls in just a second. But did you guys see the play? JW was telling me about this, and I had so many people blow up my phone when Dalen Terry was finishing off the ball game, dribbling the game out. Did you see this?
No.
Do we?
I saw that. It was funny.
Yeah, I could find it.
Yeah. So, well, no, because we got to get phone calls. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole because I'll mess everything up. But Dalen Terry's dribbling the ball out. You saw this, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Dalen Terry's dribbling the ball out. He's kind of standing there. Ben's not guarding him, but Ben comes across the entire length of the court, sneaking up on him. And, Dalen's just kind of looking, keeping an eye on the guy who's supposed to be guarding him. All of a sudden, Ben, boom, slaps the ball away, goes for a layup after the steal on the other side, and DT has to knock him down to keep him from getting the layup. Fouled him. Took him to the ground.
And then gave him a nice little, he helped him up and gave him a nice little, just a little baby push. What you doing, man?
Yeah,
trying to embarrass me, man?
That was cool, man. That was really cool. All right, let's get telephone calls. We're ready to go. 520-848-1290. Doug, line 1. Thanks for holding, brother. You're on Wildcats Radio 1290. Bear down.
Hey, man, bear down. Awesome. Yeah, I can always wait to talk about I can always wait if it means you guys are talking about U of A basketball because you know me, I'm a junkie, so no problem there.
By the way, first game, just to let everybody know, they've added the exhibition game. We're not doing a pregame show, but Tuesday is the first exhibition. Tuesday is the first exhibition game for the Arizona Wildcats, so we'll have that game on the radio for you, I believe, starting at 6:30 for the 7 o'clock tip.
That's great. No, that's great. I mean, a lot of people in this town don't have, the channel that these games are going to be on, and so having in the radio option is really awesome. I mean, it really is. It's a great resource.
There you go.
Three important football reactions, or I guess I shouldn't flatter myself. 3 reactions. And
no, they are important. I want to hear from you.
So one positive first. On the defense, I don't know if you guys saw this stat during the week, but it was either dead last or close to dead last in the country in the number of third downs we've had to face as a defense, which on the face of it sounds like, oh, not bad. Okay, cool. But when you dig into that, that means that we were giving up first downs when the other team had a first or a second down. So we didn't even reach third down a lot of times because they were just picking up first down. And so tonight I was encouraged to see that we had USC on the ropes a lot of times. Unfortunately, they squirmed out of it and picked up.
Yeah, they picked it up every time.
Third down.
I don't think they just missed one.
It was 11-17, so they missed 6.
They missed 6. Okay, I thought it was. Okay.
But they went for it on.
It was a killer.
Yeah, they went for it on 4th down twice.
2 for 2.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. No. So I mean, that's the next step, right, in our progress. But I look at it as a sign of progress that we had to, we made a team struggle, and at least they had to convert third downs, whereas in the past, teams weren't even stressed out about that. So, a little props to the defense on that. I want to talk running backs real quick. I'm a huge DJ Williams fan. Is it DJ Williams? I think.
DJ Williams.
Yeah, he's the closest thing we've got to a Kelvin Ifon right now, in my opinion. Or if you guys remember Stridenig, does that name sound familiar?
Mark Stridenig.
Big bowling ball of a guy. Yeah. So I just, I love seeing Michael Wiley back out there. I just think that Michael Wiley operates better in space. Mm-hmm. And in some of these short yardage situations down at the goal line, or when you need to pick up a 3rd and 3 or 4th and 2 or something, I want to see Williams out there. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I would love to see Williams, and I like Jonah Coleman a whole lot too. 225, real low to the ground. I like his aggressive runs. He's shown that he could be a guy that score around the goal line. I like both of those guys around the goal line. But I think sometimes when you have that senior running back like Michael Wiley, he's been around here forever, you end up just trusting him a little bit more. I think it comes down to trust.
I mean, I
guess it's trust. I don't know, going up against all those big tackles.
Right. I sent you a text. I want a steady diet of him inside the red zone.
Yeah, DJ, man, he's a guy that's an aggressive runner. He could take, because in the goal line, what has to happen? I was a guy. I think I was pretty good at it. Scoring around the goal. You have to take on a guy. You either have to run over him, you have to jump over him, or you have to juke him. Whatever your thing is, it's gonna be a free guy, okay? And sometimes 2. Sometimes 3 if somebody miss a block, and you have to have that type of mentality in shoulder pad level where you can take a guy and run him into the touchdown or run him, and make him drive him back where you can get those, extra yards. And so, Michael Wiley, tough. I like his back. He can come out the backfield. I mean, you think about it, 10 carries, 49 yards today. What he had, 4 catches, 39 yards. A utility player. He can do a little bit of it all. But I do agree with you. I would love to see DJ Williams and Jonah Coleman in that role.
And it's not a knock on Michael Wiley, right?
No,
sometimes it's a change of pace as well, right?
Yeah, of course. And it's football.
I thought they waited. They waited till the third quarter to remember that DJ was on the roster. So yeah. I just thought there were situations in the first half where we could have maybe we get 7 instead of 3 if we can keep drives going, And then along those lines, there was at least one time I can think of where we went for it on 4th down, and I want to say it was 4th and 5 maybe in USC's territory, and we throw like a 30-yard bomb, and I'm just thinking like situational awareness, guys. That's a low percentage play, and you just need to find those safer outlets. Whether it's over the middle or out to the flats, or even if it's a surprise like a draw play or quarterback keeper. I just didn't like, going for a deep bomb when you're up on 4th down. I mean, if it's 3rd down and you're going to have another shot at it, okay. But there's a couple plays like that.
100%.
I agree with you, but I know what ends up happening right there. And me and Glenn, we was talking about this on the sideline. When guys are out there making plays the way Singer and and Kylie and T-Mac, you just start to trust them. And I tell you what, I can just tell by the way that how many 43 passes, 26 run. He loves Delora passing the ball, and he loves looking for Singer, Cowing, and McMillan.
Pro-style offense.
Yeah, so you're just looking for those guys to make a play. So sometimes you trust them, or remember how you just throw it up to Michael Irvin or Randy Moss or somebody, and they just find a way to contort their body and come up with something.
You chuck the ball down the field to Wes Welker.
Singer did it 3 times a day, and if he would have made that play, Fish would have looked like an even bigger genius. So
yeah. It's just risk versus reward at that point.
Yeah, it is. I
think we've got one of the most exciting receiving cores in the country, probably.
Wow.
But no matter who you got, you just got to be smart on a down like a 4th down, or then in other situations, if you have 3rd and long or 4th and long, don't throw it for 2 yards and expect the guy to pick the rest up on the ground. Just a couple things like that where situational awareness. I feel like there were a couple times where we had short yardage and we went for a long play. Or we had long yardage and we went for a short play, and it should have been the other way around. But overall, very encouraged by the game. Very fun.
And I was just going to say right there, when that is happening, that's exactly what he's trying to do. Yeah. He wants the people to think he's going to go for the short yardage, and then you go for the bomb because you're trying to make big plays, and then it's vice versa. So, you play that game, and sometimes it works for you, and sometimes it don't.
All right, Doug, anything else?
Sometimes, yeah. Well, anyway, no, that's good. I just want a really good analysis by you guys, and I was glad to see a lot of fans stuck around. I always encourage people, do the math, guys. Do the math. 16 points in football is still doable, so you don't need to bail if it's 16. And you definitely don't need to bail if it's 8 or 10, and you've got 13 minutes on the clock. So just do the math in football because we've seen comebacks. Remember was it the Nevada Bowl or whatever, Albuquerque Bowl, New Mexico Bowl?
New Mexico Bowl, yeah. There you go. All right.
just for example. Anyway, no, good stuff.
Hey, you're the best, buddy.
Great call, man.
Thanks, man. I love when you call in, Doug. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Let's go to Paul in Phoenix. We had, celebrities with us all morning long, including Paul and his brother, who rolled over to hang out with us on the show today. So Paul in Phoenix riding the Wildcat Express back up to Phoenix. Bear down, Paul. You're on Wildcats Radio 1290.
On the bus, a lot of people are sleeping, so I'm going to try to talk as quiet, and I won't keep you very long. But, of course, you know me, Rich. I'm such a homer, okay? And when somebody has that many penalties called on them in the second half versus the first half, of course, I'm one of those conspiracy theory guys saying, okay, we know the Pac-12 wants somebody somebody in the. I'm not going to say it. No, I didn't say it. You said I didn't say it. They want somebody in the playoff. Right. So anyway, we'll leave that at that. But I'm good. But I was talking to my friend. We're walking out of the stadium, and I started getting these real weird thoughts. Like, okay, wait a second. We have 4 games left. we got to get to 6-6 somehow, some way. So we got to go 3-1 down the stretch. Correct?
Yes.
Which means we're going to beat one of those two teams in the next 2 weeks that we're not supposed to beat. We've got to figure out a way to do that.
That's Pac-12
we're
football.
Capable. It's Pac-12 football. We're capable. Although when Brian Jeffries kind of mentioned to Lamont, hey Lamont, guess what the temperature next weekend in Utah is supposed to be?
50
well
degrees.
Under 50. He's like,
Yeah.
ouch. No, it won't even be 50. I bet it'll be more like 40 or less. But anyway, okay. So guys, now here's the thing.
That'll be
okay?
great because the three of us will be sitting here in Tucson. It'll be nice.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Brian and Lamont. Have fun. Hey, Dana, bring an extra pair of socks.
I'll be in Phoenix enjoying it too. But here's the thing. We're walking out of the stadium, and I'm saying, okay, the thing that's I'm not going to say it's ruined because it's helped us, but the transfer portal. What? And you guys tell me. You guys, again, this is all new to all of us, right? But tell me, what keeps a player from USC, texting one of our star, and I'm going to say star, 3 wide receivers, and saying, hey, you're wasting yourself there. Come over to us next year. We could use you. I mean, Dorian Singer, are you kidding me? T-Mac, or those guys would love. What keeps those 3 on our roster next year? And that's what makes me nervous. I love those kids. There's not a better trifecta of wide receivers possibly in the country. You guys go look. Tell me where there is. If there is, I want to know who they are. Don't say Alabama or Clemson. I want to know who these kids can go out and get the ball, and that is so much fun. As a fan, we are always in the games, and that's why this Wildcat team is so fun to watch. Guys, thanks again. I'll let you go. All these people are over here trying to sleep on this bus, so you guys take care of yourself. Bear down.
Bear down.
Bear down.
That's a great question. College football has changed with the portal.
I don't think they can. I don't think kids can call. That's illegal.
What's that?
Well, no, other kids from other schools, like another player from the school.
Asking him
your
to
friend.
come.
If you're my buddy.
Yeah, you could. That's how this stuff goes down, bro.
All right, you know what? Let's do this.
Come on down.
Let's take a little break and then we'll answer that question. That's called a tease, folks, on radio. We'll answer his question coming up next. USC beats Arizona 45-37. We will take your telephone calls coming up here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Bear down, Wildcats fan. This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
4th down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. It is good. Backfield and drop. No gain. Loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins. Throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three. Blocked again by Koloko. Follow grabs it. It's over. Championship to Tushan. Dalen Terry quickly the other way. Out to Tabellis. Down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The Locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Rare. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, 3 have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down. That was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're
a
tied.
huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center.
Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is the home of the Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
We continue with you here on Wildcats Radio 1290. We'll run through the numbers. We'll get to the highlights in just a second. But Paul just asked a great question. USC wins 45-37. Wishful thinking there, guys. Jaden DeLore tonight, 380 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Caleb Williams throws for 411 yards, 5 touchdowns, 69% completion percentage. For the USC Trojans, 210 yards on the ground. Arizona, 163. So both offenses flexing. Couple big stops on the defensive side. We'll get to the highlights in a second. But Paul had asked, what happens now with the NIL money, and it's gotten so big, and every time you turn around and you look, and he said, hey, what if my friend who I went to Brophy Prep with, or what if my friend that I went to Mater Dei High School with is over at USC? What keeps him from calling, going, hey, dude, you should come over here, and we'll take care of you? College football's changed, and I'm not going to be an old fuddy-duddy, Kelvin. I'm not going to be that guy, oh, get off my lawn, you guys and your rock and roll music. No, college football's changed, and I think it's now behoovant, and it's probably a more difficult job for football coaches, basketball coaches, baseball coaches, softball coaches. It's a double-edged sword, and I think you opened my eyes to this, that the transfer portal has a lot of good things in it. Kids can get opportunities and not be stuck behind 3 other guys that they recruited after them. But coaches have to be aware of that as well, that you better re-recruit your guys the entire time that they're there, because they can up and leave you just like that.
Yeah, you have to be more honest too. You can't, back in the day, you could tell a player whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, set them on the bench, and now you don't have any tape, and you can't get to where now you have Twitter, you have Instagram, you have Huddle, you have all these things where your film is already out there, and you can send it wherever you want. So it's just a time where now that the coaches have to, a lot of the things that they say when they come into your living room, and and they're telling you that they're going to give you opportunities, and they're going to have your back, and all those different things like that. They got to hold themselves to their word, because if they don't, it's easily for a kid to, go and transfer. But I'll say this, Rich, I remember playing ball, and I watched a lot of guys too that got pushed to the side.
Right.
You know, guys that
Yeah,
you know
got on the bad side.
Yeah. So I just feel like that. You know, it's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair at the end of the day.
Well, you know, Jed said the other day he doesn't want to be transfer portal U. USC has been transfer portal U because they just had to completely remake that team now that Lincoln Riley goes in there. And Jed said, I want to bring in 25 freshmen every year, and then if we find a guy here or there or somewhere else, we'll use that to augment. There's something to be said for that. Do you remember Mike Riley, I believe, was up at Oregon State? And he was junior college, right? He brought every JUCO player that he could.
You mean Erickson?
Erickson, that's right.
Yeah.
And he would bring in every junior college player that he could find, but he also had to keep filling that void because you'd only have him for 1 or 2 years. It's tough to keep that much talent in there if you're only getting them for 1-2 years instead of having them for 4.
It is, but I also think I ain't with the excuses. I mean, you got Division I scholarships, man. Go find you some players.
Yeah,
you know.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's that. Yeah. So it is what it is. I mean, I remember Chad Johnson was one of those guys.
Yeah.
But Chad Johnson made Oregon State famous. I didn't know nothing about Oregon State before that.
Yeah.
So my point is, you're saying he was on there for 1 year. He only had 1 year of eligibility. You know, coming out of I think it was El Camino or Santa Monica. Yeah. So my point being that is, you know, it's football. Football to me is like the world. You got all these different guys from all these different places, and you just mix the people up, man. It's just how it goes. Every year is a new year, right?
And there's another thing. I think that there's too much money to be made by these coaches that these kids are saying, well, the coach doesn't like me. If you are one of the best players, you're going to play. You're going to play. Because if I'm a coach making $3 million and you can make me stay there to make that next $3 million the next year, you're going to play. So I kind of get away from when kids tell me, well, the coach don't like me, that's why I'm not playing, so I'm going to leave. Well, if you played well enough, I think that you're going to be able to get that spot.
Okay, so
I really believe that.
So Glenn, as the kids can jump around, the coaches I think are even more on the spot. Yeah. How many coaches have we seen fired this year?
Yeah,
you better win now, otherwise you're going to be gone. You're gone.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you don't think a coach is going to play a kid if there's 2 kids going for the same position. He's not going to play a kid that is better because he doesn't like him. I don't think so.
And if he doesn't like you, that's fine because there's someone else who will.
Yeah.
And the other thing I like about the portal, and again, Kelvin completely blew my mind on this and changed my whole philosophy. You get a kid that normally could have gone to junior college. Well, now he says, you know what? I'm going to go play at Reno. I'm going to go play in a smaller program because now I can bounce up to the Power 5 schools and transfer out. You also have kids that'll come out. I was a 5-star coming out of St. John Bosco, but it just didn't work out for me, and I'm not getting any playing time. And you taught me I got 4 years of eligibility, and after that, boys, it's done. So if I drop out, if I go to a Power 5 school, and let's say I go to Cal and it doesn't work out for me, that's fine. I could transfer to San Jose State, and I could still get an opportunity to play college football and probably the level that I need to play at.
Yeah, and sometimes, Rich, they make the pros.
Yeah.
They end up going to those schools and they make the pros. I've seen it happen too many times. You look on those NFL rosters and you will be surprised.
North Dakota State University.
Be surprised. Yeah. It's not what you think because you know what it's about, Rich? It's about going and putting your talent on film, and you can't have your talent on film if you're standing on the sideline.
Oh.
I can't. I'd rather go to D3, Jackson, whatever, and show how fast I am and show what's going on, man. You know, so it's just one of those things.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, you had to get exposure from playing in Michigan, playing in Notre Dame. But nowadays, they got video cameras with high def in everybody's pocket.
You look up and down the rosters of the NFL, there's places like Podunk U.
Yes. And I can tell you, and I can tell you right now, Rich, it would have been harder for me to go to Arizona with all the social media and everything because I didn't want to go to schools in Texas because my people wouldn't have saw me on the game. So, but I came to Arizona for basketball thinking that they would see me, and I was on the bench. Right? So when TCU was calling me in Oklahoma State and Rice University, it was looking like, you're going to go back and get to see your brothers and your mother and your family.
Yeah, you want people,
Right. So, you know, it's just one of those things sometimes.
Yep.
So we better hurry up and fix this Pac-12 network so people can see the Arizona Wildcats.
Yeah.
Hey, but you heard Dr. Robbins tell us on the pregame show
it's coming.
It's getting close. All right, we're going to take a quick time. We'll come back. We'll run through the highlights. We'll get to the numbers on the ball game. I still want your reaction. Arizona loses a tough game. There's lots of things that Arizona did to give this game away. The penalties were a big deciding factor in the second half. Some play calling will be certainly second guessed at the second to end the first half of the ball game and how Arizona went about their business. There's lots of things to look at in today's ball game. So we'll talk all about that coming up. But I do want to hear from fans. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. We'll continue. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show is brought to you in part by Royal. This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step to hand off. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down. That was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ball game. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's a huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep three from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to
The Window Depot, Frog and Firkin, RV City, Royal Kia, Caruso's Italian Restaurant, Dave & Buster's Tucson, Horn Pest Control, University Pest Control, Humane Society of Southern Arizona, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
Post-game show rolls on. Rich Herrera with you, the Captain Kelvin Efon, Glenn Howell. By the way, today, I just have to tell you, what an amazing pregame show we had for homecoming. Having Dr. Robbins stop by was pretty cool. We had tight ends galore. It was 2 weekends in a row of National Tight End Day with Mark Keel joining us on the pregame show.
Rich,
yes, sir.
You kind of buried the lead. When you say stopped by, Dr. Robbins was not scheduled. He was just walking past and you guys waved at him and pulled him over and he got on the radio.
Dr. Robbins, come here! And he said he was driving by and he heard someone yell his name as he has his little cart that he was going through, and it was really cool. It was really cool. I mean, you sat there with him, and I mean, this is the president of the university. This is a man that saves people's lives operating on their hearts, right? So 2 things I learned. Glenn, he's passionate about sports.
He is.
He's passionate about everything. But when he's pounding his fist on the table going, we got to run the ball. We got to punch somebody in the face.
Yeah.
Come on, that was pretty cool.
That was the setting the tone. That's what I liked about it. He's kind of, you believe him.
Yes.
You believe him, man. It wasn't like a
like he know
like
about
a
some
show.
fisticuffs.
Yeah, exactly.
He
It
know
wasn't
about some
like a
fisticuffs.
show.
It wasn't like you talked to some politician who goes, oh, yes, I'm well aware of that.
Yeah. Exactly. It was believable.
Yeah, but and it was like what he said. You know, being a heart surgeon, you want a guy that you know going to fight for you. You know, a guy that's going to go in there and try to do everything he can to save your life.
Yep.
That blew me away.
Yeah,
did you ever think about something like that? Do I want a doctor that's just going to try, or do I want a doctor that's going to win?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Someone like I talked to the woman. I talked to the nurse that helped my doctor when I had my heart surgery, and she goes, I held your heart in my hand. And I said, what? She goes, yeah. When they take your heart out of your chest and he's operating on it, I held it in the palm of my hand so we could work on it. I'm like, did you take a selfie? She goes, no, I can't take a selfie. I said, that would have been pretty cool. But she said, yeah, I held my heart in my hand, and then I went and ate lunch. I said, what do you mean you went and ate lunch? What was the 8-hour surgery? So I had to, somebody else took over and they held your heart for a while. I went and ate, took a little break, and then I came back and go, I don't want you eating lunch in the middle of my heart surgery. It was, but
got some crumbs in there.
Exactly. What did you have? I hope it was something good that was you left me standing there with my heart outside my chest. But listening to him say something like that, Kelvin, was, you know what? I think we could say Dr. Robbins is an alpha dog.
Yeah, man, and seeing him on the sideline and some, right there in the action. Yeah. I mean, I think, it's almost like if he just put on one of those shirts of what the coaches have, you would for sure think he was probably one of the head coaches or something over there. Offensive coordinator, Homer Smith, or something back in the day, standing on the sideline right there. But maybe a defensive coach, Coach Ellison or one of them, because he just, you see it, it's real, and I'm sure the players feel that passion, and it's great to have. It's one thing to have your athletic director, Heek, it's kind of his job.
Right.
But when the president comes and he's right there on the sideline, high-fiving and hype when he see big plays. And,
I like to see how many presidents, take a little poll and see how many presidents walk the sideline during the game.
Yes.
During the game.
And let me say this, Rich, I believe him also when he says he's hyped like that about every department in there. He's talking about
He
optics.
talks about that often.
Yeah.
That was some intense stuff right there.
Man, so,
I was like, I'm gonna go be an optical dude now.
But you can be a competitor in everything. Ain't nothing wrong with being a competitor. You know, sometimes you go over the top, but hey,
he was excited about that new building, man.
You know what? I've been to Columbus, and I was on the campus at Ohio State, and I was with a former coach, and we walked by and we saw, I think his name's Gordon G. He'd been the president of Ohio State University, probably one of the best school presidents in the world. But I saw him, glasses, little bow tie, in a tweed jacket. That's not our school president at the University of Arizona. Our guy's going to stand there and punch somebody in the face and stand there and say, "Run the dang ball, right? Run the dang ball." Yeah, he was excited. And how much was he excited? I mean, okay, so here's the part that I loved. Did you guys notice this? He was talking about game day because they were at Jackson State University today. And he compared the captain here to Dion. Dion, did you play both? Were you a football player or a baseball player? Both. Kelvin, were you a football player or a basketball player?
Both.
Yeah. I mean, that was...
Yeah, man. The guy's, I mean, he's into it, man, and that's, I just see it, man. When you see that type of spirit, it hypes you up, man.
And it's good for.
I remember Live and Good used to be around there. Yeah. And when you have that feeling that everybody is bought in,
that vinegar,
man.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. All right, let's get to our keys to the game tonight and talk about what happened. Keys to the game brought to you by Royal Automotive.
Were the Cats able to unlock the keys to the game? Let's look at our pregame keys to the game. They are brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
All right, keys to the game tonight. Who wants to go first?
I go first. I said the first thing I said was penalties.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I said was penalties. I said in a game like this, when the emotions, your last time playing USC here, a lot of LA guys on our team, a lot of USC connections from coaches and Eccles and different guys or whatnot. I was a little worried about penalties, going against us. The second one I had was special teams. Special teams, and I said that special teams will be important, especially for our team. I thought that we needed to make some plays in special teams to help give us an advantage, and I'll give us I say even there.
Did you notice the USC kicked short?
Yeah,
because they weren't going to get it on the 25. They were going to try to kick it to the 10 and see if they're going to swarm down there and keep Simpson from trying to take off and get more than 25.
Yeah. They challenged us. They said we can stop that. And we can take a risk, maybe get a fumble.
I think we had 2 punts tonight. Jaden DeLore with a little pooch, and then Ostendorp came in. He was the most bored guy in the stadium. He didn't get any opportunities. I think he had 1 punt.
Yeah, a couple nice field goals. Didn't we get a punt block?
Yeah.
No.
No. Little tip.
It was a bad snap. I saw the replay. It was a bad snap, and he actually just shanked it a little bit. It went right past the hand, but there was no tip there. Yeah, it was just a bad punt.
We'll take that. We'll take the shank.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
The funny part is, I think the USC punter hadn't punted in 3 weeks, and so in the long snap or 2 or whatever, and so they had gone 5 drives without a punt, so it was a little bit rusty.
He's over there on the sideline eating a hot dog, talking to the song girls.
Yeah. And my last thing was I said that the offense needed to score. The offense needed to be the defense. I said that if their scoring would put pressure on USC and keep us in the game, and I think they did that today.
Yeah, they were 3 of 5.
Man,
all right, what do you have?
Mine was first one was special teams. I think we needed to make a big play. We needed to have some play that can make a difference on special teams, and I don't know if we did that. I don't feel like we did that. There wasn't a big punt return or a kickoff or a block or something like that. Okay, and then my other one was to get some turnovers. We needed some turnovers. We didn't have any turnovers. We need to force. We haven't had any turnovers in the last 3 games. So
there's only 1 turnover in the whole ball game.
Yeah, and that was us. That was us. So, and that was, and the other thing was run the ball. We got to shorten the game down. I wasn't necessarily, take possession
and Jed
of the
had
game.
asked that. Jed was asked about that during the week, and he just said, "No, we're going to try to score every time we get the ball."
Yeah, score. And if we're getting in a track meet, and you want to get the long, a sprint, because that's what a track meet is, a sprint. And if you're a 300-pounder like we are, we just don't want to do that because our defense cannot handle that.
And I'll say this: we ain't running the ball bad.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Look at the numbers, man.
150-something yards.
I
take
know
out Delora out of there, you got 100-something yards.
Yeah, 118. He had 54, so 109. Yeah, 109 on 18 carries.
He also trucked that linebacker.
Yeah. You got to be careful. I'm going to tell you something. I didn't like that. I didn't like that either. First off, it was his right shoulder.
Yep.
Right, I thought about that.
Second off, now people are going to be coming for him on that sideline.
Well, the guy held up, right? And so he didn't think Lowe was going to do nothing. So he was going to run out of bounds.
Because I know if I'm watching that film, J-Dub, and next time,
light him up.
I might get thrown out of that game. So I don't want to, but you're not going to play with me like that.
If I'm Utah, I'm going to watch out for that, right?
They're going to, anything on that sideline. Well, now he's going to have to beeline. He's going to have to cut it off and run out of bounds.
Today's landscape, right? Defensive players are told don't ever go after those skill guys, right? Because you're getting tried. So they're going to hold up on that kind of play, and Delora just goes into him they're not going to hold up next time.
Yeah, as an offensive player, honestly, I love what Delora was trying to do. He's hyping up the crowd.
Yeah.
But as a leader, I would say, hey, man,
especially if you hurt that shoulder.
Because, you got these guys, they're already coming for us, but now they're going to be trying to cheap shot us.
Yeah. Okay, keys to the game. We heard yours. We heard yours. Mine was Arizona. How were the fans tonight? How was the crowd? I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay. A lot of 44,000 there. A lot stayed out in the parking lot tailgating when the game started, but I didn't hear the big roar of the crowd because I sit in the press box and it's sealed in there. So I'm sitting up there where it's air conditioned because it's nice. Actually, it's too cold up there, so I got to put a sweatshirt. I bring a sweatshirt because it's so cold up there sitting in the press box. Crowd was okay.
Yeah, it was.
Crowd was okay. 44,000, love it. But just like Kelvin and I are going to talk about all season long, for basketball, Tommy Lloyd wants a little bit of a flip. He wants the crowd to feed the players, not the players to feed the crowd. And I think when you establish that at Arizona Stadium for the crowd to bring the energy for the football team, that's when you really have something going. The other one was I said I wanted to see individuals win individual battles, and we saw some of that tonight. We saw Wiley win some individual battles. There was this one play on the goal line where Wiley was stopped, and I think it was McLaughlin grabs him, pulls him back away from the defender, and then pushes him almost into the end zone. I thought that was great.
I like that.
You saw Singer win some individual battles. Early on, you saw Tetairoa McMillan win some individual battles. So you saw some individual battles win tonight.
I forgot one of my keys.
No, it's my turn for the keys. Well, no, go ahead.
Just one of my keys I forgot is don't let Caleb Williams sit there in the backfield and just throw the ball, and that's what he did tonight.
Overall, I from my perspective, it's a little different than yours sitting up in the press box. There were times where they almost got to him. There was a roughing the passer, but for the most part, he never had to move off his point, did he?
Not once.
Jaden Delora was running, and I thought he did an excellent job of pulling the ball down. And listen, you guys want to drop 7, 8? You want to drop 11 back? Fine, I'll take off and find a first down.
Yeah, no, very smart on those plays. I like how he was playing. I loved every time that he ran the ball. I thought it was a smart run. He really was being smart with the football, except for that one time. And you know what was funny about that? It was right after that truck.
It was right after that truck, so he's a little pumped up. And what do we talk about? When he plays under control, good things happen. Yeah. When he pushes that envelope, and I want that guy to push the envelope, but that's one where the coaches got to kind of pull the rein back. Yeah. There were a couple other things that I noticed out there. There's one play where, number one, Jalen Harris chased down the quarterback from behind, keeping him out of the goal line. I saw Christian Roland Wallace. So I saw more individual battles where the Wildcats clearly won the individual battle against USC today than I've seen in the last few games, guys.
Yeah, no, the guys.
I think they did. I think they did win some battles. I think they did because, we were in that game. We were in that game, and we were in that game so much that we could have won that game. So a few breaks that we could have had, the penalties kind of hurt us a bit, and just us being able to make that play on that third down and on that, on the plays that we had opportunities to continue a drive. Some of those times we just didn't come through.
Yeah. Yep. That's it right there. So those are the keys to the game, brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group.
Our keys to the game are brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
All right, we'll continue with you here on the post-game show, brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. I'm going to get to the highlights coming up here in just a second. Arizona taking on the USC Trojans. Trojans win 45-37 today. Let me run through some numbers for you real quick. Jaden DeLore, 26-43, 380 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Rushing-wise, DeLore led all rushers 8 attempts, 54 yards. Longest one was 34. Michael Wiley, 10 carries, 49 yards, 1 touchdown. DJ Williams, 6 carries for 43 yards. Simpson, 1 carry on that jet sweep for 11 yards. Coleman was injured early in the ball game, just 1 carry for him. Receiving tonight, Dorian Singer led the USC contingent, 141 yards, 7 catches, 3 touchdowns. Jacob Cowing, 7 catches for 80 yards. Michael Wiley, 4 catches for 39. T-Mac had 3 catches for 62 yards. The tight end McLaughlin had 2 catches for 30. DJ Williams, 2 catches for 27. And then Simpson had 1 catch for 1 yard for the Arizona Wildcats. Caleb Williams, 31 for 45, 411 yards, 5 touchdowns today for the USC Trojan. Dye, the running back, former Oregon Duck, 20 attempts, 113 yards, 1 touchdown. USC was missing a couple of their top receivers, but Washington, 7 catches, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ford, 6 catches, 114 yards, and a touchdown. Rice, 5 catches, 62, and a touchdown as well for the USC Trojans. Total yards today, USC gave USC 621 yards for the Cats, 534. Arizona had 380 in the air. USC 411. Rushing wise, this is where kind of the difference in some of the ball game tonight was, Kelvin. 210 yards for USC, 163 for Arizona, but take out about 54 of those for Jaden DeLore. Penalties today. Arizona played a mistake-free first half, not a lot of penalties. USC had some silly penalties early on, but it ended up costing the Arizona Wildcats in the end. USC 5 for 51, Arizona 8 for 76. Arizona actually had more first downs than USC, 28-27. USC was 11 for 17 on third down, Arizona 6 for 13. USC 2 for 2 on fourth down, Arizona 1 for 2. The Trojans ran 77 plays, the Arizona Wildcats 69. And again, just 1 turnover in the ball game today. That was an interception by Jaden DeLore, turned into 7 points for the USC Trojans. Time of possession, just about even, guys. USC 30 minutes, 51 seconds. Arizona 29 minutes and 9 seconds. Tackles for loss, just 1 for the Arizona Wildcats, 4 for the USC Trojans. That's a look at all the numbers in tonight's game, guys.
A lot of stuff, man. I mean, a lot of numbers, big numbers, over 1,200 yards in offense.
It's Pac-12 football, man, right?
That's serious numbers there. It's kind of hard to win a ball game like that. It really is. It really is kind of hard to win a ball game like that. And they're scoring 40 plus points in the last 4 or 5 games. It's kind of hard to win that.
Yeah. I mean, that's why they're going to be track meets and shootouts. The way offense is going in Arizona's defense is going to have to come up with a couple stops.
Yeah. And you can think you can run a track meet all the time, but if you keep on continuing to lose, then you got to change your strategy.
Yeah. No, not a problem. I'm right there with you, Kelvin.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there, marveling at Caleb Williams hit, I think, 11 different receivers.
Right.
11. And we were talking about the rushing yards. It does count the 8 carries at DeLore because he actually rushed those. It was coming off the pass. Right. That does count towards our rushing yards, but it's different when it's coming from the tailback. It's different. You look at USC. and their quarterback only rushed for 14 yards. So over 200 yards came in a rushing game where you're physically, your offensive linemen are beating them up. Because when the Laura runs, the offensive linemen are pass blocking you.
Right.
Yeah. They're not getting the taking guys down. I mean, I saw their guys being they got a chance to be very physical with our guys on 32 runs for sure.
Yeah. You look at Dye, 20 carries for 113 yards, but those are punishing runs. A lot of those for him.
Yeah, and he's not a physical guy, but he's cutting you with a little knife.
Yeah. But I mean, is there getting after getting down there, right?
You a slice and all of a sudden, I'm bleeding.
Yeah, man. So he was a problem, man. He was a very smart back. He always plays well versus us. If you go back when he played at Oregon, and so I expected that out of him. And it's tough. You see the other kid one carry 53-yard burst on you.
Yeah.
It's just tough because again, Dye wore you down. Yeah. And then there you go, Jackson up there for a 50-yarder.
And Dye, I think, is going to feel it tomorrow.
I think USC is going to feel it tonight when they get on the plane. They're going to be tired. I watched them where they're bringing all their. I think they're having Raising Cane's tonight for the bus ride back to the airplane. Some of those guys might hope they don't. What am I going to say? Anyway, they're going to be beat up tonight. They're going to be beat up tonight when they get on their plane.
Need the cold tub.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. All right, we'll continue with you. I'll go through the highlights for you coming up next here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it. Drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak. Driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home. And the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step to handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man. Christian Coloco with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Coloco looked like what, driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Coloco screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Coloco, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away, good! That's a tied.
Huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Rivera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps up in the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big time.
Really on the field is a safety.
Yes, that's big time by Arizona. That time defense did a great job of just closing the pocket from the inside, and then the pressure on the outside by Abear. They just got him. They just got there. They won their blocks that time. Excellent job by Arizona defense and really changing the momentum of this game.
TCU not going to foul yet. Mathurin looking at Tommy Lloyd. Shot clock at 15. Mathurin back and forth dribble. 10 to shoot now. Long ways from the bucket. Off to Dalen Terry. Terry looking for help. 6 to shoot. Way outside to Mathurin. 3, 2. Mathurin forces the 3 off the rim. No good. Follow. Koloko jams it home. And the Cats up by 5.
Offensive rebound. And the man of the night, Christian Koloko. 12 of 13 from the field. 28 points.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Krisa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Krisa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
4th down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step to hand off. It is backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive